In the year 636 AD, the plains near the Yarmouk River became the staging ground for a staggering mismatch. A massive Byzantine force, the most sophisticated military machine of the age, stood ready to meet a significantly smaller Muslim army. At this time, a professional army of this scale, protected by heavy armor and trained in rigid formations, was expected to win through simple attrition. History provided few examples of a lighter, smaller force surviving a direct encounter with such concentrated mass. Yet over 6 days of intense fighting, that expectation failed. The result of this clash would effectively erase the old borders of the Middle East and redraw the map of the world. This Byzantine mosaic offers a window into that military power. These soldiers were heavily armored, highly disciplined, and part of a system that had dominated the Mediterranean for centuries. Their opponents had emerged from the Arabian Peninsula, a landscape defined by these expansive, resource-scarce dunes. This was a force built on speed and endurance, lacking the heavy iron and industrial depth of their rivals. This map illustrates the collision. The established weight of the Byzantine Empire is pressing directly into the Levant, attempting to halt the northward expansion of the early Muslim state through sheer physical pressure. In a head-on confrontation, light desert units lacked the equipment to withstand the crushing weight of heavy infantry. A direct clash of lines favored the empire in every measurable category. The commander facing this reality was Khalid ibn al-Walid. Already a seasoned veteran of numerous campaigns, Khalid had earned a reputation for unconventional thinking on the battlefield. This visualization shows the scale of the challenge. The Byzantine force vastly outnumbered Khalid's men. If the Muslim lines were overrun here, the expansion out of Arabia would likely be extinguished before it could truly begin. Khalid recognized that he could not win a standard war of endurance. His only path to victory was to manipulate the battle so that the enemy's superior numbers became a weakness. He turned away from traditional defensive doctrine, focusing instead on how to use movement and timing to exploit the rigidity of the Byzantine ranks. During the grueling first days of the battle, the Byzantines launched massive infantry waves. They intended to use their superior weight to simply grind the Muslim lines into the dust. Khalid's flexible defensive line didn't break, it bent to absorb the Byzantine charge. Once the heavy infantry overextended, Khalid released his cavalry in lightning-fast strikes on their exposed flanks. Trapped in dense ranks, the Byzantine troops couldn't pivot, and their formations dissolved into chaos. Khalid had effectively weaponized the Byzantines' own size. Their massive, rigid formations became a trap that prevented them from responding to the speed of the Muslim maneuvers. As the Byzantine lines lost their cohesion, the retreat quickly turned into a disorganized flight. The once disciplined army was now a panicked mass. The geography of the Yarmouk River Valley left them no room for error. These steep cliffs and rocky drops became a secondary enemy as thousands of retreating soldiers were pushed into the ravines. With the primary Byzantine army destroyed, the empire's defensive hold on the Levant collapsed. This allowed Muslim forces to move quickly into major urban centers, including Damascus, as seen behind these ancient walls. The loss of this single army left the Byzantine administrative structure in the region without a shield, resulting in a swift shift in control over the entire Levant. Yarmouk marked the end of Byzantine governance in the Levant. The region would remain under the control of the emerging Islamic State for the next several centuries. The victory also established Khalid ibn al-Walid as a master of strategic movement, showing that a deep understanding of positioning could overcome a massive deficit in resources. What happened on these plains was more than a localized defeat. It was the moment the ancient Mediterranean order retreated, making way for the rise of a new civilization.